The next question is on Akasha Bhairava, the one representation of this deity you've shown. We are again showing on the screen. So, what is the significance of this form? This
So
is, by the
Akasha,
way, in Kathmandu. This one is in
yeah,
Kathmandu. Yeah.
it's very, very famous image. Very famous image. So Akasha Bhairava is one of the oldest forms of Bhairava, ancient forms of Bhairava. Oldest means, I mean ancient. We find references of Akasha Bhairava from the time when Bhairava Upasana was popular in Kashmir and other regions, where he was the primary Devata who inspired such tremendous upsurge of knowledge of arts, culture, aesthetics, everything. So he is almost we know the Puranic story how when Vishnu Avatara, the man lion Narasimha Avatara, was not able to control his anger after the destruction of the Asura. That is when nothing else was working. That Shiva takes the form of yeah, Sarava. He comes and then there is a fight, and then we have two different Puranas, whether the Shaiva and the Shakta or the Vaishnava Puranas, differentiating that who wins the fight, etc. So we are not going to the controversy aspect of it, but that form of Shiva is actually a Bhairava. He comes down here for that tremendously powerful manifestation of Bhairava that comes, that is also known as the Akash Bhairava form, and he takes the form of a huge bird, tremendously powerful bird. And Akash Bhairava, from the Upasaka's point of view, Akash Bhairava is, let's say, the one Bhairava who's the master of Sattu Samhara. To destroy enemies, there is no prayoga, no worship of Bhairava, no form of Bhairava that is as excellent as Akash Bhairava. But Akash Bhairava Upasana is also very tough, mantra Upasana. It requires certain depth and certain degree of stability inside to handle the impact and the effect that it causes. Because Akash Bhairava also, along with him, comes... it's integrated within it. It's not so much as differentiated. If one goes deeper into Akash Bhairava Upasana, there is also going to be involvement of Shulini Durga, Pratyangira and other forms of Devi who are very, very fierce. Their fierce means their whole existence is to destroy negatives, and whether it's extreme avichara karma, huge amounts of black magic or something like that, which is, or deadly enemies are there, etc. Then these forms are to be invoked, ideally. So Akash Bhairava is very, very powerful. It should, in my opinion, Akash Bhairava Upasana should never be done just like that, picking up some books and texts and here and there. No. Unless you have a stable guru, unless you have already attained to some degree of proficiency with Bhairava Tattva and some sadhanas, at least perhaps preferably, you have a initiation into Tantra Sadhana, etc., and your guru gives you the permission to do Akash Bhairava Sadhana, then only you enter into it, because the mantra is super aggressive and it is going to cause various interesting and even frightful experiences to the sadhaka. Even it is done in the right setting, that's important. The right setting when Akash Bhairava Sadhana works. So he is for extreme Sattu Samara. He is like, where his prayogas are done, it is almost impossible to stop. Right. So like that.
Okay. The next question is on the similarities or differences between Bhairava and Rudra. Are they the same or are they different?
So as I mentioned, if you read the mantras and the details of the Vatuka Bhairava Upasana, you'll see that he is none other than Rudra himself, who has come in the form of Vatuka to remove the aapadas and the troubles and the problems that afflict any Shakti Upasaka anywhere. So he is, from the practical point of view, look at him, that Rudra himself becomes Vatuka Bhairava. In the form of a child, he takes the Bhairava form as a child and he comes to aid the Upasaka in his sadhana. And so that nothing disturbs him, there are no other problems that come. So as far as, it's possible to handle those problems.
Okay. The next question is, does one mandatorily need to take 21 or 41 days, as the case may be, Sankalp, along with pledge for Sattvika, before getting into Batuk Bhairava Upasana to get his grace?
No, it is not necessary. First of all, you have to understand that, and that this, what I'm telling is generically applied to all Devata Upasanas, by the way, not just Bhairava Upasana. So if you have to do Anushtana, before you do that, you first enter into the normal mantra krama of the Devata. You do the mantra sadhana for some time, and these are things ideally that should come from the Guru, your source, whoever has given you the mantra sadhana. He or she is the person who should guide you into this. Okay, so he will make an assessment that are you fit to do a 21-day sadhana or intensified anusthana of the devata, or should you be better off trying to do a few malas of the mantra and carry on for some period of time, maybe 6 months or maybe a year or something like that, and then go into a more sankalpa oriented sadhana. It cannot be a thumb rule for everybody. It depends on the individual, and this information must ideally come from the guru, or if you are advanced enough, if your discrimination power is good, then you can decide on your own. But more or less, the thing is that, and it applies for all deities, the moment you take a 21-day, 40-day, etc. sankalpa, you have to adhere to the sankalpa. You cannot break the sankalpa.
But this upasana can be started with simple Nitya Bhairava upasana.
Yes. In fact, the best upasana to start for Bhairava is not even Batuka. Just do the Nama mantra Bhairava, Om Bhairavaya Namah. That's it. This mantra is extremely powerful, extremely useful. People don't understand. They think that it's something too simple. No. On the contrary, you do few lakh japa of this mantra. Few lakh japa means basically about, say 1000 malas of this mantra is about 1 lakh plus some more. About 927 malas or 925 malas is about 1 lakh japa. The rest is a buffer amount. So if you do few thousand malas of this mantra, your mind and body will get tuned to the Bhairava Tattva. And some or the other form of Bhairava is going to come and start slowly interacting with you in subtle ways, not directly. Bhairava is not going to come so easily in front of you, but he will send sort of, let's say, nimitta signals or something like that. It will start happening. So that is a very good mantra to start off. It is a very basic mantra. This mantra doesn't even require too much of complications or huge amount of, if other things are set, if common sense understanding of the person says that he or she is okay to do sadhana, then japa of this mantra is fine. A few malas of japa is okay to do. It's not a problem.